the center circle. Kassan Prosper and Olivia Olson. Number 14 and number 18. Notre Dame gets the first possession. Hannah Hidalgo, we've talked about her. Reigning ACC Player of the Year, two-time Defensive Player of the Year.
And you see that Brooke Quarles Daniels will get the assignment of Hannah Hidalgo, at least to start. She's an outstanding defender and has the quicks to keep Hidalgo in front of her.
Holloway, attack mode on the reverse, no good. Rebounded by Sofilkanich. First points of the afternoon.
Kim Barnes-Arica was not happy with her team's effort against Harvard. Wants to see that improve today.
Quickly the other way, Hidalgo, no good. Basketball will go the other way. Quarles Daniels in her second season at Michigan after 2 seasons at Oakland, and this is her first start as a Wolverine. She, of course, is joining Syla Swords, Olivia Olson, Mila Holloway, and Ashley Sofilkanich. That one taken away by the Irish. De Jesus on the run. Sanchez wide open. No good by Gisela Sanchez, but this is a transfer from Kansas State that Neil Ivey is really excited about. Swords from deep. Well, you mentioned the pace. It's interesting because Michigan is actually trying to slow Notre Dame down a little bit. Well, we've seen the Wolverines pick it up. Prosper, no good. No luck from the outside just yet for Notre Dame.
This is where you love the versatility of Olson. She takes the ball from one end of the floor to the other at 6 foot. Her versatility shows up.
6 transfers for Notre Dame this season. A lot of new experience for Neil Ivey and the Fighting Irish.
Yeah, with that word experience, 312 NCAA starts coming into this particular game. And Neil talked about the culture and how important it was to get cultured kids into this program that work hard. Also those that understand the academic rigors of Notre Dame.
One of those transfers to Jesus. Going at it early, an opportunity for Notre Dame to get on the board. After spending most of her career at Duke, first year with the Fighting Irish, she gets the first one to go in one of the games this season, getting a lot more opportunities to score.
Yeah, she calls her game the servant mindset. That's how she approaches the game. So she has a little bit of a pass-first mentality. And boy, quick strike again by Michigan.
They're getting up and down the floor. Bransford, stop and pop. It's good. The floor general. We talk about the super sophomore. She is part of that. Backdoor cut. Shot clock winding down. Wolverines have to recognize. They're counting it. Olson got it off in time. No good. Here comes Bransford. To Moore. 2-on-1 opportunity.
You may see Michigan run some of their offense away from Hidalgo to try to keep her out of defensive action. But right now, she's got a one-on-one, and that's dangerous.
So Hidalgo gets the steal. Swords draws the charge.
When Hidalgo is on the defensive end, she is tenacious. She has great hands, eye coordination, taps it away. Her teammates expect it.
Here comes Kassan Prosper, long strides. And let's see it again, Kassan Prosper here, anticipation.
Yeah, 6'3", got a lot of length, just gets in the passing lane, good anticipation.
She surveys, trying to find somebody open. Olson squeezes through. Dudley, second chance opportunity. Hidalgo has plenty of time to work. There she is. And just the way that Michigan is corralling, making Hidalgo give it up. Bransford makes him pay, though.
I mean, most of the reads for their offense come off of her, and usually in the open court. They're having to execute in the half court.
And the advantage of having De Jesus is that Hidalgo can play off the ball. Swords knocks it down. Swords, all Big Ten second team a season ago, averaging 11 points per game. De Jesus. No go. Quarles Daniels just flew in for that one. She's looking at something. Swords again. Yes.
Did she even have her hands on it?
She was ready. Saw Hannah Hidalgo talking to her teammates there, trying to get everyone in position. Time score situation, less than 10 to go here in the quarter. Want to get a good look. Hannah yet to score so far in this one, has to put it up. The Wolverines ended that quarter on a 6-0 run. A stellar first quarter for the sophomore. 9 points, 3 threes. She's only had 3 threes so far this season. But it's 3 in the first quarter here in Detroit. Top 25 matchup as the second quarter begins. Hidalgo scoreless in that first frame. Here comes Prosper in an elevated role this season, showing the skill set.
Yeah, the middle of the floor has been good for Prosper and Bransford. They have to continue to attack their matchups.
Nice find to Sofilkanich.
She will come and start at the top of a lot of their pressure.
Well, there she is, doubling down on Prosper, making the Irish swing it around. More, no good. Hauled down by Holloway. Michigan is moving. Olson all the way through the lane. Rattles it home.
I mean, she's so strong and tough, but if she needs to, in a squeeze, just make something work, she has the ability.
Michigan right now has its largest lead. Notre Dame trying to cut into it. Hidalgo still scoreless in this one.
And she can knock down that shot, but if you're Michigan and you're keeping her out of the paint, you feel pretty good. And that's what I'm talking about right there from Olson. High level of difficulty on both of their shots.
Here comes Hidalgo with the mean crossover, the kickouts. They've worked on it. Bransford connects.
I love the confidence that Bransford is playing with.
Swords, a stellar first quarter. Trying to pick up where she left off. To the free throw line she goes.
Face masks always seem to do something to people too. I don't know.
Superpowers?
I think so. You know a little something about a Rip Hamilton mask.
Okay, a little Detroit reference. Shout out to the Pistons. We got a Piston in the audience too.
Yeah.
Neil Ivy's son, Jaden, is here. Had to jump on the pass.
And that was a great look. I mean, that's the shot they've got to hit.
Streaking Mila Holloway. And one opportunity. So now you got a couple members of Notre Dame with 2 fouls. Hidalgo and De Jesus. We talked about the experience of Notre Dame. More than 300 starts combined on this roster, which means they've been in situations like this before.
They have. The challenge is not together. So working on that chemistry and where they like the ball and win and learning each other. That's a great look.
Sanchez confident on that one.
All of the defense collapsing on Hannah Hidalgo. She's going to draw. Can you knock down the shot?
Swords almost responded with another triple. Quarles Daniels down low. Holloway. No hesitation.
That's got to be frustrating.
Quarles Daniels, a small guard down there getting an offensive rebound. That's going to be on film.
That can't happen.
All right, Bransford up against Dudley. And the foul.
You see Neil Ivy's face when she talks about her son. I mean, she just lights up. And for those of us like me who are old, we've literally watched Jaden grow up.
Coach Ivy saying the Shamrock Classic is all about showcasing women's basketball. Shot clock winding down. Swords puts it up from deep. Kendall Dudley, we talked about second chance opportunities for the Wolverines. 11-0.
Gets the read and gets it to go.
9 offensive rebounds for Michigan. Difference in this game so far is the intangibles. Hidalgo remains scoreless. Quarles Daniels has been the main defender, but she's seen different actions. Poked away by Olson. Michigan on the move. Holloway, long strides to the cup. They're coming at you.
And they have got a nice crowd behind them too, Zora.
Gave an impressive monologue about having the same story, being on the same page, and reminding them, hey, I know Notre Dame's in the house. I know this is a Shamrock Classic, but the Wolverines, we're here too. 4th game of the season for the Irish, 3rd game of the season for Michigan. Hidalgo pitches it to Bransford. And there's pressure everywhere on this Wolverine defense. No holes. Hidalgo tries to create space. First bucket of the afternoon.
Oh boy.
She wanted that.
It wasn't easy.
Hidalgo was 0 for 7 from the field to start this game. Converts on the 3-point play. Crockett looked at the basket. Stay in the offense. Olson just short. Great box and board by Bransford. She keeps it. Spin cycle for 2.
Bransford has found something in this game. There has been no answer when she decides to penetrate the paint.
And Bransford now in double figures. Ice, what do you got?
Well, KK Bransford's mindset this season. Another 3, though, goes down for Michigan. But KK's mindset this season.
12 points for KK Bransford. 5 for 6 from the field. Meantime, Hidalgo trying to find some rhythm. Goes to Prosper. No one picks her up.
Beautiful move. Just didn't get the finish.
This is the freshman. Deflection.
Crockett thought about it.
Quarles Daniels down low. She's fearless. Well, and what's so interesting is we were talking to Kim Barnes-Rico, and she said she wanted to slow the Irish down a bit. And they've run that pace on the offensive end. Hannah Hidalgo from the Philly area, South Jersey. Ice from that area. Oh, and our producer, Aaron Bollendorf. We know who she's rooting for.
That's a lot of Jersey, I feel like, on one broadcast. But Kim Barnes-Rico likes to put her in post-up action when she's got either a switch or a smaller guard on her back.
Well, Notre Dame's got to be careful. Hannah Hidalgo, 3 personal fouls.
With the foul trouble that she's faced since very early in this first half.
The lead continues to climb for the Wolverines. It's at 18, their largest of the afternoon. Kassam Prosper has gone to the spin move
to help and uses her body to get to the charity stripe. And that's something that Kim Barnes-Rico was concerned about, was the Irish's ability to get to the free throw line, but they haven't been able to play with the kind of pace.
Prosper goes 1 for 2. Michigan has controlled everything in this first half. No space for Olson. She'll create it all by herself.
Take some pressure off of her by getting Bransford involved, who's been very good in this first half.
See the horn set. She could go either way. Goes off Prosper, met by a couple. Bransford all alone. Ooh, Prosper tried to tip it in, met by multiple bodies.
But does get to the free throw line again.
Also a captain on this year's Notre Dame squad. One of the leaders of this group. 7 seconds.
Notre Dame's going to pick up here.
Swords met by the Irish. 2.5 to go. Bransford to Prosper. Dribble. Got a good look at it.
And on the other side for the Irish, Coach Ivey said simply her team has to get better effort defensively. They need to fight more defensively. And then adjusting to Hannah only having 3 points in this half, they said they knew they were going to send numbers at her. But who else can step up?
Ensuring that the defense has to play everyone else honest. I mean, we talked about the addition of the Jesus and how important it is for her to really step in as a facilitator and someone who knows how to get this team into their offense and get them good looks. I'm wondering how she will respond in the second half.
Well, Olson and the Wolverines picking up right where they left off. Little fadeaway there for 2. The lead back at 19. That was Michigan's largest lead in the first half, 19. Holloway Pitches it to Olson. First 5 points of the half.
Her ability to shoot from the outside.
50% from the field in this one for Olivia Olson. Syla Swords also in double figures. The pitch to Prosper off 2 feet.
You take away those buckets, those easy ones, you're in better shape. Transition defense, and we've already seen that a little bit locking early, but make sure you are matched up the way you want.
The difference is Notre Dame has a lot of transfers, trying to gel. Hidalgo puts that up from the outside. Whereas Michigan, we talked about it earlier today, they know who they are.
Yeah, they are. And their sophomore class had a lot of responsibility last year. They answered the call. They've come back better, and they're ready to lead.
Sofilkanich with poise getting the positioning. Forces a timeout. I mean, this is a Notre Dame team that came into this game averaging 99 points. Small sample size, 3 games, but a long way from that at 31 here in the third quarter. Hidalgo dumped down to Prosper. It was the recognition by Hidalgo that she was met by multiple and got into her post player. Sofilkanich. And Quarles sacrificing the body.
And she made it happen.
Quick decision there by Hidalgo. Finds the bottom of the net. Hidalgo applying pressure. Now the ball's with Swords. Moore's on her. Failure just to get into the offense. That's a turnover for the Wolverines. Hidalgo making quick decisions. Back at it. When you can tell, that's a shot she puts up time and time again in her workouts. Olson falling out of bounds. All right. Here comes Hidalgo in transition. It's where she makes her money.
Just sure she's got to be careful. Remember that foul trouble.
Yeah. Intercepted there by De Jesus. Hidalgo fouled as she put it up.
So you start to correct those things and add to that Hannah Hidalgo getting loose for a couple buckets.
Notre Dame in the middle of a 6-0 run. What did you hear from Michigan as how they want to counter that?
Exactly what LaChina talked about. Exactly what LaChina talked about. Get stops and everybody needs to rebound. She told her team to take a deep breath, but also assured them the game is not over. Back to you, Z.
Plenty of time left.
9 points so far for Hidalgo. If you can get it to 10, that's how teams look at it sometimes when they're in large deficits. Hidalgo, attack mode. Bransford down low, fighting for it. Another possession. No go from the outside. Olson, one-on-one. Full speed. Right now leading all scorers. This offseason it was about taking time away from the gym and studying film, a different perspective of the game.
Yeah, the game slows down for you. You want to get out there and just play, but your basketball IQ grows tremendously watching film.
Michigan's got him late next week.
It is going to be a battle of the old Big East coaches when Kim Barnes-Rico was at St. John's competing against Coach Oriema.
KBA, 14th season at Michigan.
Just as much fire in what she's doing now as she did 25 years ago. You know, the level of player she's getting now, McDonald's All-Americans like Olson and Swords. And
Quarles Daniels sets up the offense. Another whistle.
She just hasn't quite settled in yet. Has only played 1 game as an Irish. This is her second. But I think she can do big things this season once she gets activated.
Meantime, Melissa Crockett at the free throw line. She started Michigan's first 2 games. Of course, Quarles Daniels was inserted into the starting lineup this afternoon. All right, Hannah showing the toolkit. Doesn't finish. And Michigan has just stayed with the game plan, and that's something Ice mentioned when she talked to Coach Kim Barnes-Rico at halftime. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Nice rejection there by Kassam Prosper. Crockett looked at the rim. Olson and Swords coming off screens. Delphos trying to get downhill, hit by Hidalgo. Talked a lot about the 44-point performance, but her average on the season so far is 34.
But we've seen what their defense has done on paper. And this defense, based on what we're seeing right now, is the real deal.
Especially when, in the starting lineup, you have guards like Holloway, Quarles Daniels, who can apply pressure. In and out there for Hidalgo. And it's always nice when your defense can translate to offense, right?
Yeah.
Player gets a board, brings it up, leads to something like that. The length in this defense is so clear.
Yeah, and Michigan does a good job of using their hands. They are taking away your sight with their arms and keeping their hands in position so that it looks like there's a crowd. When the pressure collapses, if you are reading the defense well, you can flip and get an easy one at the rim.
De Jesus played for Team Philippines. A lot of international experience on this court.
Enjoys her culture and how much Filipino basketball means to her and to so many others.
Amen. Crockett, short on that one. But the athleticism from Delphos to try to keep the possession alive. Somehow, they stay with it. Mathurin. Notre Dame has an opportunity to silence the Michigan crowd. We're mighty close to Ann Arbor.
We really are. I mean, the depth of contributions from Michigan, this shot is off. But look at the hustle by Delphos. And then they continue to fight by Swords. And Crockett doesn't give up on it. Defense falls asleep. That is numerous efforts in one possession to get that bucket, as though they are the team that's trailing.
You have to think Michigan wants to take the last shot. Olson recognizing, pulling up. You got W representation in the house. Naz Hillman with the Atlanta Dream, but you see her in that Letterman's jacket. I think Big Ten Player of the Year 2021.
Oh, yeah, and she was the 6th Player of the Year in the WNBA this season. Naz Hillman was fantastic for the Atlanta Dream, a team that really surprised some folks in their performance. Great pass there by Hannah Hidalgo. It's great to bring women's basketball at this level to different places. I mean, obviously they have college basketball here at Wayne State, but to bring Notre Dame and to bring Michigan here together and their fans together in a neutral space, it's a fun event. And I know you did some hosting yesterday of a women's event and you had a good time.
Mathurin there for 2. Nancy Lieberman was the keynote speaker. Of course, the Hall of Famer, the Olympian, the broadcaster, and philanthropist. She had everybody locked in on everything she was saying. The extra effort here, bodies on the floor. Olson has the basket all to herself.
Nothing there. They have to work, get some ball reversal here. Look to pass out of the collapse.
Different parts of the floor. Remember, she missed all of last season with an injury.
And to come back this early in the season and be ready for a big matchup like this and play as well as she has.
We've seen a lot of effort from Hassan Prosper as well.
Prosper getting after it on the offensive glass. We saw her kind of have a spurt towards the end of the first half as well. Got to the free throw line. You could just tell that this Irish team is a little disjointed right now as they're still figuring each other out. He brings them together throughout the season. I mean, you know just as well as I do. She is a tactician. She's a fantastic coach, and this will give her a lot of film to go back and review with her team and fix some things as they move forward.
This is Dudley making her way to the cup. Dudley at the free throw line. Each game gets a couple more minutes.
So I think the best swooper from my area was Tierra Ruffin Pratt. We actually went to the same high school.
Here goes Holloway. Another transition bucket for the Wolverines.
That defense is on a string when Hannah Hidalgo has the ball.
Double clutch by Bransford hits the deck hard. 5:30 to go in this one. Number 14, Michigan. Number 18, Notre Dame. Doesn't get any easier for the Irish. They play Southern California, sitting at number 8 next week. Michigan plays number 1, UConn next week. Swords and Del Foss, relentless there. Olson, looking like a cornerback. And one opportunity.
There have been a lot of impressive performances this afternoon, but sitting here courtside, Olivia Olson has really blown me away. I mean, her instincts at her size there anticipates it, but she doesn't stop there. If you do not get a body square in front of her, and even sometimes when you do, Olson is looking to attack. She uses the glass extremely well, and she is just so strong and tough. I mean, boy, what a player.
And the other way, Moore. No good.
Yeah, when you watch Moore, you start to think she may not quite be back at 100%. And it's that time. You see she's got that heavily bandaged left leg.
You got to give credit, too, to Del Foss on the other end. The comfort in which she glided to the paint on that two-point basket. And there's still an opportunity here for Notre Dame in the sense of this is a new group. You can make tiny strides in trying to come together a little bit in the last 3 minutes, but the defense continuing to lead to offense for Michigan.
And it's little things like Michigan did not let Notre Dame reverse the ball to hand aside.
Or getting the offense right here.
Or get in right and get into any action. Just something small like that.
Some of these guards for Michigan. Quarles Daniels, the smallest player on the court, double-digit rebounding. She's got 10 for Kim Bartzarico to make sure that her guards rebounded everywhere on the floor, and they've been exceptional.
Averaging 6 boards a game, so we got to be better. And they have. And oh my, the stat line of one of your smallest players, double-digit rebounds, impressive.
15 second chance points to Harvard, and that has stuck with Kim Bartzarico.
Mathurin taking it away. A chance for 3. That's a freshman.
There is no let up.
Mathurin will be alone at the free throw line. She'll get 2 shots, even after the made bucket. Just the 3rd and 4th free throws for the freshman from Oklahoma. The first Oklahoman to ever play at Michigan. Okay. You've got Del Foss, Crockett, Brown, Sofilkanich, and Mathurin in the game for the Wolverines. Poked away by Hidalgo. We're so used to seeing more of that. Remember, she's got just 9 points, trying to get in double figures, and does.
A circus shot there by Hidalgo.
Talked about taking care of the basketball. The turnovers are one of the even parts of this game. Michigan continues to play with patience. Here's Brown. Sidestep. Cashes. Bransford, everybody who has gotten in the game for Michigan has scored.
I want to take what I said off of the record on the turnovers by Michigan. They have had quite a few turnovers, but my point was that that got Hannah Hidalgo going. They couldn't allow it.
And even offensively, Del Foss from the outside.
Remember that name, basketball fans.
Syla Del Foss.
Yes. I think Del Foss is primed to have a breakout year for the Wolverines. And imagine that with the performance we've seen today.
The Euro by Bransford down. A quick, easy layup on the other end. I mean, that's something, when you're game planning for someone's defense.
Yes. Speaks volumes.
Prosper works from the elbow. We'll say we don't need to look at the film, we need to look ahead. This is one you look at. What parts of it?
Well, I think Niele is in a position where she's still learning about this team, how to get the chemistry working between them, what's the best sets to run, etc. So, this is going to be a learning process and a learning curve, I think, for this Notre Dame team and their chemistry and how Niele can make the most out of these new pieces as they're learning.
Meantime, Michigan, you want to keep it consistent, continue to see where you're at. Great move by Byers.
Byers is an automatic bucket. When she touches the floor, the ball is going up, and it's going to be a high percentage shot right around the rim. I mean, how many players have scored for Michigan tonight? It's got to be almost the entire roster.
Until those last substitutions, everybody that had gotten in had scored. Michigan will win this one big. 93-54 is the final.